Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer.
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation.
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right. Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And Gabe has been listening to these rock songs I love for the first time ever. And this one, like we were talking yesterday, I was dropping him off at his house last time we were recording, and he had told me that he's never listened to the Beatles. I lost my mind.
His reaction was so funny. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. He's like,
The Beatles.
friendship over. I'm like, dude.
I was blown away. I've given you a lot of credit for knowing about different. We were just talking about No Doubt, and you knew a lot of those songs. Okay, I gave you some credit.
Right.
How do you not know the Beatles?
I told you the only
The
song
Beatles.
I know from the Beatles was While My Guitar Gently Weeps,
Yeah.
because my roommate Ryan used to play it. Like he was obsessed with trying to, play that guitar riff. He said, and I mean, he was all about just the specific, because he was obviously.
That is one of their obscure songs.
He was, is it really? I
Yes.
know. That's one of his favorite tunes, but he was a guitarist, right? He was in a small band when he was in college or whatnot. And dude, like the hours he would put in or whatever was crazy. And I mean, but that's the only reason. And I was like,
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I
Dude.
trust him, but I can't believe it.
Okay,
It's just crazy.
I want you to do an experiment, a little social experiment, okay? I want you to go to school in our environment and just on average, ask
Adults.
every adult, every teacher in there, hey, what's your favorite Beatles song? And I guarantee you, more than half of them couldn't give you one. I can tell you right now,
Nope.
Savannah can't, and,
Nope.
and she's not a Beatles fan.
No, because she hangs out with you. Listen, okay? Listen. You could be right. You could be right, okay? Because sometimes, like, we live our lives, we get in our little, like, lanes, and we think everyone thinks the same way. But this is the Beatles. This is, like, I would say more popular than Elvis as far as rock of all time. These guys were insane. Everything they touched was gold for the 9-year period they were recording albums. And I would say 85-90% of those teachers are going to give you a song, if not several.
No way. Now
Absolutely.
we have, you know what?
Absolutely.
We're going to do a blind.
Every time you see someone, just ask them, what's your favorite Beatles song?
And we'll do it over the next week, and we'll come back and report it.
90%.
And I guarantee you it'll be 90%. Now
Yes.
you're even going nuts.
No, I'm going
I
90%.
would say if you get more than 50%, I would say the bar
Easy
would
money.
be 60-50%.
Easy money.
I can tell you right now, there's at least 4 teachers that I know personally in there, including Savannah, my wife, that, like, who? The Beatles? She couldn't give you a Beatles song.
Stop.
And everybody's heard of the Beatles. Listen to what I'm saying. Everyone's heard of the Beatles. Can you tell me your favorite Beatles song? Like, oh yeah, I listened to them. I know they're one of the greatest bands of all time. No, then you're not a fan. If you can't give me one song.
My favorite Beatles song is one of their, not obscure, but just not one of their mainstream hits. I mean, it still was number 1 hit. Eleanor Rigby. Absolutely love that song. But I'm not saying everyone's going to choose that.
Eleanor Rigby, that sounds like a headmaster.
We're not going to listen to it today, but if I played that for you, you'd be like, okay, that's a good song.
I mean, you're probably right, but I'm saying there's another word where you'd be like, hey, have you heard Eleanor Rigby? I guarantee you people, blank faces, crickets.
They have a diverse range, really, of songs throughout their career. You can see how it changed over time. What we're listening to today is Help. And this is what I consider, I don't have any of the Beatles technical terms, whatever. I consider this like their first, third wave of their career, where everything they were singing was like 2 to 2.5 minute songs. They were peppy, they were, quick, they were, easy to dance to or sing along to. Very, very good hit songs, but not really what they explored with later on. So this is Help. Great song. Start off right off the bat. And I'm going to get your honest opinion of the song. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. 1, have you heard it before? 2, did you like it?
I can't tell you if I've heard it before because, again,
you'll know in the first 3 seconds the way it starts off, in my opinion. All right, here we go.
Help, I need somebody. Help, not just anybody. Help, you know I need someone. Help. When I was younger, so much younger than today.
So you've heard the song before?
It's so funny? I've heard that intro, maybe in a movie or somewhere. Help, I need somebody, help. And then when it just switched there at the minute, I was like, oh, I thought the whole song was like that intro right there. So I've not heard the whole song.
I was about to go to a different song.
But I heard the help,
I
I need somebody. So it's so funny, it changes like that. But that's my point. I had no on everything I love. I had no idea that was the Beatles.
Yeah, when you heard it in the movies or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, it's just something they've used in some movie
John
before.
Lennon to his right, Paul McCartney to the back there to the left, Ringo, and you can't see George Harrison. I mean, these guys are so iconic in so many ways. It's not even funny.
Which is the one that supposedly
You know, I need
there's
someone.
there's internet theories, conspiracy theories that they replaced him because he died or whatever. He's not one of the
Well,
Beatles.
the band was done before he died. Probably John Lennon. He's the most famous one because Lennon and McCartney, two guys in the front, they wrote 95% of the songs.
But there was like supposedly that during the band, one of them died and they replaced them. Supposedly,
I never heard that
You've
theory
never heard that?
before.
And then let us know in the chat if you've ever heard about that.
No, I've never heard that theory before. That's ridiculous. He does change quite a bit.
When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my
What they're
feet back
doing.
on the ground. Won't you please help me? And now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence
Did I
seems
stop
to
this again?
vanish in the haze.
I don't know what Ringo's doing.
I was about to say.
Don't know what he's doing.
I was about to say.
He's their drummer, so he's not in a lot of the vocals.
Okay.
But why not just still lip sync anyways?
Yeah.
Because he's just sitting there like,
I was like, I'm
bombing.
confused. I'm like, okay, I see Paul McCartney and I see obviously John Lennon and George Harrison.
yeah.
He peeks his head out, looks like he's playing an instrument. At least he's singing.
He's the best
Ringo
guitar.
starts just sitting back there. I was like, now you explain. Oh, he's a drummer. Okay, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
He would have nothing to do because of the way this video is being shot.
But the fact that we just want you to hold an umbrella, and I feel like I've never seen this video before.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just having fun. Like he was like blinking at one point or whatever.
Like,
when they had the camera on him, he's just looking at him.
I was like, what is going on? Okay,
This video would never survive.
I was making sure it wasn't just a me thing. Like,
No.
what is going on? Okay.
It was distracting me as well.
Okay.
And they're bouncing.
Right.
Just pay attention to the song instead of the video.
My independence seems to vanish in the haze.
What's going on?
But every
Chewing gum?
now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need you like I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please help me? When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone.
I'm surprised by that.
So self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind. I'll open up the doors. Help me if you can. I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please help me? Help me, help me.
I will say, I am surprised there's actually a music video for this song. If you think about it. This is the 60s. Okay, the
Now-
early 60s.
I gotta say, it's probably gonna be an unpopular opinion.
Oh, no.
Just from this song, I don't get it.
Oh,
Like,
no.
Bro, I'm sorry, I don't get it. Like,
You didn't like that song at all?
it was cool. I mean, it was okay. It was a great. I guess I wouldn't even call it a folk song. It's got that kind of like
No,
twang to
it's
it.
rock and roll.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess, yeah, rock and roll,
not hard
older
rock.
60s and stuff like that, like you said, but I mean, I can't put my,
Oh,
I-
my word.
I'm trying to find I'm trying to articulate my thoughts here. That can't be the song that has made them one of the most famous possible bands
No,
of all
the fact
time.
is they had 27, I think it was, #1 hits. So it's just one of many. We're gonna do a double reaction right now.
Wow!
Because-
First time ever!
Because
Double reaction.
I'm gonna bust
wow.
out an Eleanor Rigby, and I want to know. This is a I don't know, like a deeper song, if that makes sense.
Right.
For me, it's a beautiful song all around.
Right.
But it's just going to show the range of where they're at. That was, again, Help was in that phase one where it was just like very radio, very commercial song.
That's what I'm like. That was
Where
very commercial, very poppy,
repeats
very,
the verses
yeah.
over and over, right? I still really enjoy it. I
Right.
love Help, especially the way it starts. Help! Like it just gets
Now,
right into
and
it.
that I've heard in like movies before. Help! I need somebody. Help!
The music video was very distracting, though. I wonder if
then-
that affected you somewhat.
And then after that, then it becomes more like, you know, twangy and poppy, and it was like that's what I was thinking. It's like, dude, I know that they're known as rock and roll, but that was more pop to me than anything. It was very commercial, very
same few lines over and over, but it was the fact that each of their songs that they hit, like America, and these guys are from England, right?
Right.
America went nuts for these guys when they came in the overseas or whatever. But let's go ahead and check this out.
okay.
Double reaction here.
First time ever double reaction. Oh my.
I was afraid the first one clearing copyrights. Now I'm really doing it to myself. And there's a chance. There's a chance I had to make this in 2 videos because of those copyrights. So look out for the next reaction, Eleanor Rigby. And let us know, do you like this song as well? But we're going to go ahead and I think check it. It wouldn't start off for me then.
And you said that this was more what, their second phase?
This is Yellow Submarine. Maybe phase 3. End of phase 2, go into phase 3. I'm not exactly sure on the time period.
Got you.
With Yellow Submarine. My dad was a bigger fan, but I listened to all these songs growing up. This is just my personal favorite. Here we go.
Ah, look at all the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near, look at him working, darning his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people, where do they all come from?
Now, I did misspeak. It says from Yellow Submarine, but this originally was from an album called Revolver. That actually still might be their first part. But this is a very different song. Okay,
Right.
So I still want your honest opinion, but for me, I just like it because it's so different than the other ones that I still really enjoy. But it's like this the entire song.
Interesting. First of all, you could definitely see the change, the evolution from the Help, the I need to, even though the song was talking about help, it was more poppy, more upbeat, whatever. This one's more what's the word? It's got that almost quiet desperation about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and you know, it's a more serious song.
It's a
Obviously.
melancholy song.
Yeah, melancholy. That's the word I was looking for. But I'm enjoying it more than Help. Let's say that.
Oh man, Help is such a good one too.
It's weird, I know.
It's okay.
Lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? Ah, look at all the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came, Father Mackenzie, wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. No one was saved, all the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong?
too. That's funny. That's a funny video.
I gotta say,
Be kind.
I gotta say, I don't get it. Dude, I'm
Oh my.
you know me, man. I'm always shooting my word. I don't I get it. This is the biggest band of all time, and it's like maybe
Biggest rock band. Yes.
biggest rock band. But I mean, everybody's heard of the Beatles. Nick, we live in Vegas. They got a show dedicated to the Beatles, right? And here's what's crazy. Like Michael Jackson, I could probably tell you 50 of his songs. That's exaggerating. 20, 30 of his songs. Do you not think, and this is going to be blasphemous to say this, that Michael Jackson was as big a star as the Beatles? At least. Maybe not bigger, but at least as big.
Beatles had more staying power, especially for sales and whatnot, than Michael Jackson. And I love Michael Jackson. I love his music.
Right.
All the personal stuff, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger Michael Jackson fan than the Beatles.
Right.
I love Michael Jackson music, but the guy who had Thriller that sold over 50 million copies, all that kind of stuff,
right.
2 albums later, and it probably didn't help with his personal stuff.
Right.
When what is that album? Dangerous came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like I think 1/5 of that.
Right.
Right?
No.
The Beatles had that, and they were busting out albums every single year, sometimes twice a year. So they had a longer staying power, and they lasted a lot longer. I would feel, and again, it depends on whether you like the genre, but the people that like that genre or even somewhat like it, I would say more still like the Beatles than Michael Jackson. But now we're talking about 60 years later.
Right.
And time, like you say all the time, it defeats everybody.
Right.
Michael Jackson is more current than they are.
Right.
So it's hard to.
So from that
measure
perspective, because my next question was like, we're gonna do the social experiment. I guarantee you, I wouldn't say every, but 90% of people, if you played Eleanor Rigby, can somebody tell you, oh yeah, it's the Beatles?
Not Eleanor Rigby. That's not a good example.
Maybe, but you know what I mean. But if I played literally any Michael Jackson song, just everybody, oh yeah, that's Mike. You know what I mean? Like, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song? Somebody else, Thriller, Smooth Criminal, Billie Jean. You know what I mean? Like, but to your point, there's a 60-year difference. Well, more than a 60-year difference there.
Well, between them, about 30 years.
30, 40 years.
And Michael Jackson actually did a song with Paul McCartney on the Thriller album.
You did not know that.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying there? Like for it to be I've heard Elvis before, okay? And I remember I had to do a history of rock and roll class in college or whatever. And the teacher was like, I always thought, oh, this is the easiest class ever. Kiddos, it's not easy. Not only do you got to do reading, I'm like, where am I reading in a rock and roll music class or whatever? But we had to listen to the music, identify whatever. I remember we got the Elvis or whatever. Elvis was more 70s or whatever, something like that, right? 70s,
50s.
Oh, 50s. He was before the Beatles. 50s, 60s. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was 70s for some reason.
No.
But
he died in the 70s.
But Elvis, like Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock. What's the one about when he was in the other? That was the one I liked. Fulton County. What was it? Fulton?
No, that's Johnny Cash.
That's Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, see?
Folsom Blues.
Folsom Blues. But that's a
Blues.
song that I recognize. I attributed it to the wrong person. But you know what I mean? Like, those are songs like, I don't know.
Johnny Cash knew Elvis Presley, too. Actually.
I cannot put my like, what was their hit that just made them the Beatles? Let us know in the chat. What was the hit that made them the Beatles?
That's a great question. This video's getting kind of long, so I'm going to be on a personal mission to show you different ones. Again, Eleanor Rigby was a shot in the dark, so it's my personal favorite, but I've listened to all of them. The thing about the Beatles, I'll say, is this right now, is album after album after album, they had several hits, bar none, #1 hits.
Right.
Name me any other artist, any other musician, and I get it, now it's more convoluted, but any other musician that album after album after album for 10 or 11 straight albums, they have 3 #1 hits. Each album's #1 on the charts. I mean, nobody does that.
No.
If I have rock groups, rock bands that I like that had 1 hit, and I would still say, yeah, they're a great band.
Yeah.
They had 1 hit, and that might have been in the top 10. 27 #1 hits. I don't know how many #1 albums, but so many. They had songs on the charts at top 10 that lasted over a year on that top 10 charts.
Wow.
Okay? I would say the only one within the last 20 years that's come close to that, and this is just on top of my head, is probably Taylor Swift. Okay? I think at one point she had like 4 songs in the top 10.
Talk about Taylor Swift.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize how big. Now I've heard of Taylor Swift. I've got a teenage daughter. Okay, I got a 16 daughter. I know who Taylor Swift is. All right, I got a teenage son as well. 18, he's in college. I know who Taylor Swift is. I didn't get it with her. Like I know her songs. I know who she is.
Yeah.
We just had the Taylor Swift concert. Nick, Elton John had his farewell tour here. A Grateful Dead. I mean, I've been driving for a long time, working the Vegas Strip. I've never seen anything like
She's
it.
huge.
It was insane, the humanity out there.
She's huge.
It was packed wall to wall. People were buying tickets for $500-$600.
was,
it was insane.
Literally is nothing compared to Beatlemania.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is. I didn't realize how big Taylor Swift was.
Yeah.
Like, she's bigger than Jay-Z. And that's crazy to say because Jay-Z's the biggest thing in rap. I've been to Jay-Z concert.
depends
It doesn't
on the
get that. No. I've never seen crowds that big.
More fans.
Holy
maybe.
cow. I was sick
But-
to my stomach. They were everywhere.
I am a defeated man.
Oh, don't be defeated. Hey.
No, not in life, but just on the Beatles topic. But I'm not going to quit. I'm defeated for right now. Thanks for you stuck around for the entire video and our conversations. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
We know all things.